for being here to witness it tonight. It is our last chance poetry slam. We have 13 poets in the competition tonight, vying for the last 2 spots to make it into the Vancouver Poetry Slam semi-finals, which will begin on March 30th, and our big finals night will be April 20th.
Hi.
Play is fucking right.
Like your smile.
Thank you. It's awesome. The night you were conceived, your mom and dad had sex. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm not telling you the butterflies taste with their feet. It's a fact. Like during World War II, when days apart, 2 German bombs were dropped on the British Museum. The second one passed through the hole made by the first one, but neither bomb exploded. Our current
just like that magical night with your mom and dad.
Individual Grand Slam champion is Scrapmo. So I'm going to keep the belt over here on this stage to watch the poets tonight, to make sure they're doing their best and doing their finest with their work and their performance.
I'm a sacrifice, so it doesn't matter if I go over time.
Yes, it does. Okay.
Did you start timing him yet?
Weren't you Yates a couple of days ago?
Yes, I was. AJ arrived at my door with Merlot in his eyes and the sadness on his breath. His mother has passed away. Even though I have sired in the same state, know all the conversationalist things to say, I just invite him in for a drink.
Oh, I'm glad I don't have to go first. Best spot. Dude, come on.
At the end of the century, its days are numbered, like it or not.
I watched it sweat. Donaire scares me. In the same way that Japanese porn scares me. I watched as a man who was hunched over in the shape of a question mark, he approached this vertical rotisserie purgatory, sliced off 3 strips of dung-colored mystery flesh, piled on red onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and doused it all in donaire sauce, then wrapped it up in a pita, wrapped the pita in wax paper, wrapped the wax paper in aluminum foil, and then handed me a one-way ticket to the crossroads.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, you are here for the arrival of a dark, demented, dangerous denizen, born in the brainy, boozing, beer bottle binging bowels of one Daniel Mark Patterson's being. A creature that pukes pompously powerful apocalyptic alliteration from its pious
I saw the Lord of the Sky bite off more than he can chew. And if any of you have ever seen a 32-pound spring salmon bring a fully growing bald eagle, all claws, piercing screams, and 5-foot wings slamming down beneath them watery depths, you learn to cheer for the underdog. Aliciate Gadua never knew me from Adam. Complete strangers related only through the endangered race of full-blooded Native Americans. We met in jail, and after arrogantly perusing my sketchbook, he respectfully asked if I would tat him. When I asked what he wanted, he simply said, wings. Well, what kind? I replied. Fuck if I care.
But there is no room for being an atheist at the dentist. I open wide and the room becomes silent confessional. The grin of Dorian Gray betrays all my sins and human frailties. I got used to the taste of blood early. Toothpaste that turned Christmas colors constantly. The medication I require for my grand mal epilepsy makes my gums highly sensitive. Side effect of being seizure-free seemed to be a whole lot of red spit, a whole lot less brushing, and you can forget about
I'm sorry for this
flossing.
poem and for all the other ones. I'm sorry for my sorrow and the things I didn't say. I'm sorry I asked too much of you. I'm sorry, I really am for wearing that skirt that one time, for that shirt that one time. I didn't mean to give the impression that I'm just trying to say that I apologize. I'm sorry for the sultry, sorry for the sensual, sorry for the sex-laden similes of ink and pen and luscious lips, of glittering eye and shivering thigh, for words like louche that turn you on because you can't understand them. I use them because they turn me on because I can't understand them, but you don't believe I don't feel beautiful.
She's got such beautiful skin that it makes me wonder. Out of all the things to sell, why would she sell that? Herself. And in the bathtub we sit on opposite ends with our legs crossed, pubic hairs like rusted garage spider webs. And I don't have the courage to ask her, so I wrap my arms around my ribs and cry. She leans over.
I went to all my favorite websites and I clicked endlessly on hard things, jiggly things, moany things, group things, long silver things, and beaded things. Oh, did I mention those moany things? And still nothing. I went to all my secret places, curled up in small corners, watched, waited, remembered past moments of climax, biting my lips, remembering nipples and tongues, biting on my neck, and still my mind wandered to genocide, famine, and dismembered children. Because this poem ain't got no climax.
October 1966, Oakland, California. Huey Newton and Bobby Seale founded the Black Panthers for self-defense. They practiced militant self-defense with minority communities against the U.S. government. I'll raise my fist. I'll raise my fist against segregation. I'll raise my fist against discrimination. I'll raise my fist for little Bobby Hutton. I'll raise my fist for a united front end, a new world order. What do you do? What do you do when your blood boils from witnessing countless injustices aimed towards you and your loved ones? What do you do when you no longer believe in the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr.'s "We shall overcome"? What do you do when you no longer believe in a peaceful revolution? When put in extreme circumstances, you'll understand why Malcolm said, by any means necessary, as our only solution.
Addiction to having a cigarette in between my lips, smoke in my lungs, and a pack in my left pocket. Therefore, humanity, I think I need to revise, restate, rethink my previous statement. As it is obvious to me that this is a vice, a craving, a burden that you will never be able to overcome. I am going to quit smoking.
I hate the stuck. Too often I move in circles, in circles, in circles to feel like I'm going somewhere. Stuck is driving a songless ice cream truck. It's having the potential with no one paying attention. It's only dancing when no one's watching. Stuck is stuck with me. Stuck is wanting to scream at the top of your lungs, what the Stuck is back. It's anxious feet nailed to the floor in a superglued truck straitjacket when the coldness of
This is a stone-cold battle piece. This is called Subtle Organic Sample Farming Ants for Dummies by Liquid John. Is this the contest, Mike? Where do I go to choose a style? Do I lose points for showering? Best believe I came to battle like a rancher herds cattle. Spit it in Vancouver and they hear it in Seattle. I got that kid up high in the saddle. You wore your earbuds to the oracle. You were afraid of the answers. Embarrassed by the truth like suburban nightclub dancers. Confronted with mirrors. Your rhythm cocks knots a great butt like coke slots and big shots on big wheels. Taking pot shots and pots, even $1,000 record deals. Swapping sides with baby seals. Here's the tape side of how's humility feel. My Man City deal is his family's real. Like gays, first love, Broadward. Brag to the bingo callers.
This will be the person who doesn't get to go on into the semifinals. They get this game of hangman.
Oh, that's not
so that
nice.
they can spell and do hangman at home and not hang themselves. And also, just looking at this too, it's got a couple of little kids on here, and the little kids have spelled the word hangover.
We've got Chris Gilpin, Zaccheus Jackson, Julie Peters, Relevant, and Francis. So congratulations.
When you want the last sound of earth to be joy piercing the blackness, don't cry for me. For should they come,
Don't brush the tears away. Let them scream off your cheeks and down to your toes. Cup your pant legs and run barefoot through the puddles like this was the rain you were waiting for. Like you are an atomic bomb of hallelujah and your legs are just casting the shrapnel. Tell me, why does someone always have to die to remind us to start living? And tell me, what are you going to do tomorrow? Because I know a block with at least one open spot. Line forms to the left if you're going. How are we doing, Vancouver?